Hey everyone, welcome to the reading for today. We're going to see what's going on in the energy right now. And do the reading in a second. Before I get into the reading though, the tarot reading, I have a channeled downloaded message here coming through this morning for someone, okay? And the way I'm seeing it, or the way that spirit is showing me this analogy, is with cave diving, okay? Now, there's something here, okay, considering the last couple of readings about someone praying, right? Somebody praying and asking God for help, or their spirit guides, or maybe someone passed over on the other side, all right? I feel like it's going to tie in with this a little bit. So, Spirit wants me to explain something, okay? I feel God wants me to explain something here today, which is sometimes when we're in really bad situations, right? Like if we take cave diving, for example, okay, so you're down in the water, you're in a cave, and I mean, I don't know if you guys have even watched stuff like this, but that is the most terrifying thing in the world. I would never go cave diving in my whole life. Terrifying. But what is even worse is the accidents that happen down there, right? Because it's so easy to get lost down there, all right? So you can't find the cave, or you can't find the entrance, you can't find the exit. You can't see anything, okay? Then you kick up the sand, everything gets kind of dusty around you, and then people... What was that? People started to panic, okay? Okay, that was the strangest thing that just fell down. Yeah, things go wrong all of a sudden out of nowhere, right? You don't expect it to go wrong, it does. Exactly, like my analogy, okay? So I'm seeing it like someone here in the collective is in that position, right? Maybe you were used to being on the boat, okay? So this is like you're used to living in comfort. You're used to living on the boat, okay? Smooth sailing, nothing really going on, just kind of relaxing, all right, going with the flow. Now you're cave diving, and now you're down somewhere in the dark, and it's scary down there, okay? It can get really scary. Now, the first instinct probably would be to pray, right? We're going to pray to God, and we're going to say, God, please get me out of here. Please get me out of this cave. I don't know where I am. It's dark down here. I'm running out of oxygen. The thing with God, though, is the thing with spirit, though, spirit can't reach through the spirit can't reach through the invisible and literally pull you out, you know, like another person could pull you out from the depths and bring you back up. But what God can do, or what spirit can do, is they can guide you to the rope, right? So the way that God, or the way that spirit was showing it to me, is that spirit is the rope, right? So when you're cave diving, from what I've seen, okay, with my research, is that they have the rope that leads back up to the boat, okay, or leads back. If you're going in the cave, they have a rope to show that you can go back out the cave, right? So all you have to do is find this rope, and then you follow the rope, you hold on to it, and you follow the way out. Spirit is that rope. And when you're down, you know, and you're blind and you're panicking and you're, you know, the sand is kicking up everywhere and you can't find the exit, what spirit is going to do is spirit's going to give you that nudge, like swim over here, okay? So it'll be that really strong intuitive feeling of like, I need to swim. I feel like I need to swim in that direction. Like something in my spirit is telling me I need to swim over there. I think the exit was that way, right? And if you follow it, it's like the guiding energy. God's not trying to get you out of the ocean. God's trying to get you to that freaking rope, right? Because that's the lifeline. That's the thing that's actually going to get you out. So again, it's like spirit can't pull you out of the water, but spirit can guide you to the lifeline where you are going to pull yourself out of the water, right? You're going to have to do the work, is what I'm saying, okay? You're going to have to find the rope and then pull yourself out of the water with your last bit of strength and oxygen, okay? but Spirit can show you where the rope is, right? It's like, come over here, swim in this direction. Now I don't know who that is for, that energy, okay? Because it's kind of making me feel like someone, now this does not have to be you in the collective, okay? This could be someone attached to you as well, but it's the energy of like, God, can you take this away from me? Okay, like, can you just completely take this whole situation away from me? Like, just get me out of it completely. Like, can you just cut this whole thing off of me, right? Like, it's kind of like those reels where it's the joke of someone saying, God, please take away my, my stress, or God, take away my financial issues. And then the person next to them like fades away. Okay. It's kind of like that. Where we think that when we pray to God, or we pray to the divine and say, can you take this thing away from me? Like, just take the whole thing away. Like, I can't do it. I just want you to remove me completely, right? We think that just like cave diving, we're going to get miraculously pulled out of the ocean and we don't have to do a single thing, which is unfortunately not how it is, okay? Because you're always going to have to do something. Spirit can just kind of show you how, right? So I've been in a couple tricky situations in my life, all right, where I had to use my survival instinct, okay? And the way that it works for me, this is just personal experience, okay? Just opinion, not fact, is I will always get like directions, okay? Clear directions, because Spirit can't keep you from being in dangerous situations, right? You have free will, other people have free will. It's just not possible to say, God, please shield me from every bad thing that could ever happen to me, right? But from my experience, even if you're in really, really bad situations or very dangerous situations, where it is about survival, it's not about comfort whatsoever. It is about 100% survival. I have always gotten directions about what to do, okay? And that looks like, don't go here, go there, do this, don't do that. You need to do this, this, and this when you get to this place. When you do this, do that. It's like very clear instructions, or it's just an intuitive feeling of like, that can look like you're in a house and you have this overwhelming urge out of nowhere to walk around and close all the windows everywhere, right? Like, let's say it is about a house. You're in a house or you're in a dangerous situation. Like, if you're praying and saying, God, please take this away from me, we might think it looks like somehow miraculously God removes all the people around us that want to hurt us, but that's not how it is. It's not possible, right? So the only thing God could do is give you that lifeline, right? That looks like, okay, lock the doors, close all the windows, or don't drive here, drive there, okay? But you have to listen to that feeling. Like, where's the rope out? Okay, or if there's something that God wants you to do, like Spirit is putting it in you to do something, right? It's like, I feel like I need to do this, this, and that, but a part of you doesn't want to do it because you're praying and hoping that things resolve on their own. But if there's an intuitive feeling there that you should do this, do that, you should listen to it, because that's a lifeline, right? God can't control your free will. Spirit can't control your free will. You have to see it like you're in that cave, you're cave diving, okay? God can't force you to take the rope. The divine can't force you to listen. If you want to try and find the exit on your own, you can, of course, right? You can try and find the way out and swim away if you can. But, it would be wise to take the rope, okay? It would be wise to try and follow that rope out, because your survival chances are a lot higher that way. And that's kind of what the divine wants anyways. At the end of the day, it's all about your survival, right? Yeah, so I don't know. Let's just see where this goes. Okay, what is going on today in the collective? What's the energy here? The Queen of Swords coming out first. Okay. The Sun, the Two of Swords, and the World. Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we have a Queen of Swords here and the Truth. Or some sort of illumination here when you can't see anything. When you don't know what to do. Yeah. The World. That's like cave diving, right? I mean, isn't she a mermaid? She kind of looks like a mermaid. She kind of looks like she's swimming, right? Down in the cave. Yeah, where's the exit? You can't find the exit, right? Interesting. Okay. So what do you do when you can't see anything and you can't find the exit? You listen, but you don't listen with your ears. You listen with your heart. Okay. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. The Six of Swords in reverse. No safety. Can't leave something behind. All right. No safe passage here. The Knight of Swords. Something being said. There's something being communicated. Okay. What's the Sun? The Five of Cups. Sadness, grief, and the Six of Wands. Okay, so someone right now could be sad, upset, crying. Yeah, sad in some sort of way over this victory. But for some reason, this is making me feel like you feel like your victory isn't really a victory in some sort of way. Like your victory is sad or bittersweet, or it comes at a cost, okay? Or that's just how you feel, I think. What's the Two of Swords? The Hierophant. The Eight of Cups and the Six of Cups. Somebody leaving and walking away. Leaving something behind in the past. Not seeing something clearly, not knowing something, being confused, leaving something behind in the past. Okay, what's the World? No, the World comes out on top of the World, but I wasn't even paying attention to that. Even though that's, you know, that's pretty cool on its own. But it's like, this is something from the past, right? Where you might have already gone through a situation like this where you had to leave. The Hierophant is giving me God, though, or the God energy, right? The energy of spirit or spirit all around us. This is giving me that energy of like, where I've gotten these readings before, where it feels like you're in a room and you've got a blindfold on, okay? And you don't really know where you are, what you're doing. All you have is that inner voice that's trying to tell you where the exit is, but you can't see it. You just have to listen with your heart, right? Or just feel where it is. But that's the cave diving too. And then we have the World here twice. I just feel like the World is about my example. Really. The Nine of Wands. Yeah, don't give up. Never giving up or having protection. Willpower. This is like, yeah, the energy of survival. When you don't give up. They call the Nine of Wands the wounded warrior, right? Someone who you just keep getting back up even if you get knocked down. So why is the Queen of Swords here with the Six of Swords reverse? The Three of Pentacles. Okay, so there's a group of people here working together, teamwork, collaboration. No one gets left behind. Six of Swords reverse. No one gets left behind. Yeah. But that's just about like prisoners, right? No one gets left behind. That's the injured, the captured, or the passed over. I don't feel like you're any of the three, okay? Not in this situation. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, literally, okay? You are not literally like a prisoner of war, captured, injured, and being tortured somewhere in the back room, okay? Not figuratively here. $77 and the 10 of Wands. The message about a burden, yeah, or something being too much to take here. 77, something is not what you think it is, or it's not going to go how you think it's going to go, or the message about something being extremely heavy, too much to take, or something being extremely hard, or the message about carrying responsibility or feeling responsible for something, okay? You could feel like you're responsible for someone's safety, all right? Or someone around you could feel that way, but this feels more like Spirit is trying to tell someone that the collective is a warrior, okay, fighter, and very intuitive, all right? And it's going to be safe, all right? There's a lifeline out. There's a rope out of the cave, okay? The Six of Pentacles, equal give and take, or somebody's going to receive something. The plan, right? Mastery, the peacock. Something has been mastered here, or someone is very precise, hardworking. Yeah, this is giving me like when the survival instinct kicks in, okay? So like I feel like you're only going to know what this is if you've been through this, which is like you feel like you're really in tunnel vision, okay? You're not really thinking anything besides surviving, okay? Like it becomes, I don't even know how to, you become fluid almost, all right? Like all your brain is doing and computing is, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do that. It's like you become like a threat detection, okay? You are a threat detection system, and you will, any kind of a room you walk into, yeah, it's kind of like clearing the rooms, right? Yeah, Four of Wands at the bottom. It's that feeling of like probably when, you know, you go in somewhere and you got to clear the house, right? It's that feeling of you walk in, you clear the area, you scan everything for threats. Spirit says, open the window, close the window, do this, do that, don't go there, do this. Like it's just automated. Right? Like whoever you are, you're probably at the point where even if you were to get in situations like cave diving, for example, okay, you already know not to start panicking, all right? Or you go automatically into the heightened alert system, should I say, of like, okay, God, show me the rope. Like, where's the rope out? It's like, it's an instant kick in danger situations, okay, is what I'm getting here. So, it's mastered. Let's see, what else? Yeah, it has to do with the future. Something coming up in the future. Page of Cups. With childlike energy or some sort of good news. Strength. Yeah. The Sun, the Magician, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, look, all you got to know right now is that someone here is extremely strong. Now, again, this could be you, okay, or someone else. You're very, very strong. All right. The Magician is giving me your heightened radar system here, okay, your intuition, the information coming through, the downloaded information coming through, like the Sun and the Magician, is extremely strong, all right? That's like in the blink of an eye. And, you know, when I mean like a blink of an eye, it's, you know, everything is fine, okay? You're walking around, everything's fine. And all of a sudden, a feeling comes up that's like danger. It's extremely strong, okay? You know, this is even like the feeling of, I think there's someone outside, or I think someone is on the way, or I think that, like I said, I need to close all the windows. I need to open all the windows. I need to do this. I need to lock the door. It's like, this is extremely strong. Okay. And it's in a blink of an eye that you know what to do, and you know where to go, and you listen. Or, you know, if like Spirit tells you need to leave the house right now, then you leave the house right now. Okay. So why sadness here? 5 of Cups. The Chariot and the Page of Swords, because of some sort of communication here about traveling, moving forward, okay? The Hierophant, the 5 of Swords, the 7 of Swords. Yeah, someone being manipulative, conniving, trying to get away with something, lying, cheating, stealing. Yeah, this is someone's free will. You can't control this. Okay, you can't control if somebody wants to try and manipulate, try to backstab you, try to get away with something, or do something without a conscience. Okay, you can't control that. People with no conscience. Why is that here with sadness? Because of the King of Wands. Okay, King of Wands is confused, doesn't know what to do, a bit emotional maybe. The 8 of Wands in reverse. Look, this is like the energy 2 of Cups, okay, at the bottom. This is like the energy of you are both on the boat. Safe on the boat, okay? Now you are down in the cave and King of Wands is up on the boat. All right. And they're like freaking out because they're like, why the fuck are you taking so long down there in the cave? Okay. But you're down in the cave by yourself. Now, this kind of looks like a thing of faith and a thing of trust. And not even as much as trust in God or the divine, as much as trust in the other person. Okay. Because King of Wands is looking a bit sad. All right. So it's kind of like no one left behind, right? So King of Wands obviously not going to leave you down there in the cave. But they have to have some sort of faith right now that you're going to find the rope out, okay? And you are going to get the lifeline out of the cave, okay? You know how to do it. You've been through it before. It's just an uncomfortable feeling, right? Being up on the boat. It's like whoever the King of Wands is, okay? You're the King of Wands. It's like, okay, so we got this victory, great. But now I have to wait for, looks like the Queen of Swords down in the water to get out of this cave. Is she going to find the way out, right? Of course she is. Of course the collective is going to find the way out, all right? Because of someone's survival instinct. That's what's going to get you out, okay? Because you know that there's always the lifeline out, and you know that Spirit will always show you where it is, exactly where it is, okay? So tell me about this 2 of Swords, someone walking away in the past. Judgment in the Three of Swords. Okay, somebody getting hurt, or what's this? Three of Swords. About a choice. The King of Swords, King of Cups, and family. King of Cups, King of Swords, and family. Okay, love, family, community. The strategy, Knight of Pentacles. Again, 77, okay? And the Three of Wands. Something coming up in the future is not going to be the way that someone thinks it's going to go. And I feel like that's the King of Wands, okay? That is on the boat and stressing out because someone is down in the cave diving, and they've been down underwater for a little bit too long, okay? Getting stressful down there. Something is not going to go the way that King of Wands thinks it's going to go, okay? Because God's like, look, there's a lifeline down there. There's a rope, okay? Somebody is very strong. Okay? You are very strong. And not just, well, not physically, but mentally extremely strong and instinctually, okay? Two tigers. The strength is the tiger, all right, or the lion. Strength is actually a lion, all right? Two people, two tigers, okay? The Queen of Pentacles. The Star and the Eight of Swords. This has to do with somebody feeling trapped, bound, tied up, having faith and hope. Yeah, tied. Look, this is about having faith and hope, okay, and trust. And then this is the rope, right? I don't even really feel like it has much to do with imprisonment, but let's see. Why is the Eight of Swords here? Trust that there's a rope. Someone has to have faith and trust that there's a rope out of the cave. Clouds in reverse. Yeah, no confusion here, or a man and a book. This has to do with a man and a book. Okay, no confusion here about this man and this book. All right. And a bed. Furniture, bed. A bed and books, okay. Something about things, possessions. There's no confusion here about something, all right? Heartbroken. I feel like this is the King of Wands, okay? King of Wands is sad today. Someone is sad. They want to chase after you. Fear of abandonment or some sort of fear chaser. It's like they want to come in and jump into the water after you, come down into the cave and find you and pull you out. But it's like, it's safer for them to stay in the boat and just trust that you will get out of the water, right? Yeah, it's kind of like that dilemma. I feel that. It's like you're sitting there going like, should I jump in? Should I jump in? Should I try and go and find him? But in the back of your mind, spirit is also telling you that it's safer for you to stay on the boat, because what if you both get lost? Okay. Or no, it's like, I know she's going to come back up, or I know he's going to come back up soon, any second now, but it's like the fear, right? Is fear. Yeah, it's like a movie. I'm seeing it like a movie. Okay, or like a short film. Date. Meeting someone new. Planning, setting a date. Okay, what's this about? Someone chasing after someone because of somebody dating someone new. Being heartbroken. Okay. The Seven of Cups. Yeah, this illusion, or the Ace of Wands, about someone taking action. There's confusion and illusion around someone taking action here, or what somebody's going to do. The truth. Yeah, but you already know the truth. All right, the Tower. Look, you already know what somebody is about to do, okay? What they're about to do. The Spirit has already told you. Look at this. And I feel like this is for the Queen of Swords, okay? Not the King of Wands in the boat. Now, Spirit has already told you what someone is about to do. Okay, what they're planning on doing. That's where the survival instinct kicks in. It's like you're already walking into a situation knowing full well what is awaiting you there. Okay, you have already gotten the instructions of what you're gonna do when you get there, or when you go through something here. Okay, Spirit has already said to you, this is where the rope is. This is how you're gonna get yourself out. Okay. So you already know about this stuff in the future, all right? King of Wands, stop worrying. Everything's going to be fine. Because the angels are there, all right? Or God is around. And you're going to know exactly what you need to do. Yeah. So, anything else before I close out this reading? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, look at this. The Lovers. I'm feeling it too. Lovers of the Knight of Cups. Okay, so someone around you, this King of Wands or whoever they are, okay, this person, they want to come in the water to save you, okay, but this is just one of those situations where they have to trust that you're going to get out of the water. All right. I know they don't want to do that. This person is very worried about you, very stressed out about you, okay? Yeah, I get it. I can feel it, okay? I can feel it. But there's nothing else that can be done besides you're in the cave and you need to get out. Like, there's nothing else to do about it, right? It won't help anyone or anything for someone to try and dive in after you and find you, because what if they don't find you down there? Okay, what if there's just more chaos or something, you know? It's a feeling of wishing you could do more. That's the feeling. Wishing you could do more, or wishing that you could help in some sort of way, feeling helpless, okay? Sitting on the sidelines feeling helpless. And I feel like that's why this reading is here, right? Or my little story time, because Spirit or, someone's guardian angels want to remind someone, the King of Wands, that the Queen of Swords, okay, or you in the collective, you have some amazing survival skills, okay? Really. You've been around the block a couple times. You know how to do this, okay? When survival mode kicks in, then you're a straight up survivor, all right? And all things are possible with God. God will always give you a way out. Nothing's going to happen to you, okay? You're going to get the downloads every single time. And you might also already know how, like, if you're about to go into a situation that could feel tricky, right? Like, if you feel like you're not cave diving yet, but you're about to be cave diving, okay? You've already been prepared about what's going to be down there, right? So you're not going into anything unprepared, okay? No surprises. Nothing is going to catch you by surprise, all right? Okay, let's see. Closing words here. The Eight of Pentacles, someone is a master, all right? The plan. This is all part of the plan, 88. It's all part of the plan. You collective, you're tried and practiced in something, okay? You're a master at something here. You're very, hardworking, methodical. You do everything perfectly, perfectionist, all right? It's the plan. Nine of Swords. King of Wands is stressed out, worried. Okay? Stressed out. Stuck up in their head. Yeah. They don't like the idea of you being down alone in the cave. I get it. Okay? I totally get it. The Queen of Cups is here, though. Queen of Cups is also here. The Emperor. The Emperor and the Queen of Cups. Two of Pentacles. Seeing something from a different perspective, or they want to switch something around, switch places. Okay, I don't know, but at a house, yeah, Four of Wands, the property, a home, a location of some sorts. Okay. Yeah, or just like take the cave example that I've been saying and apply it to a home situation, right? A house. So you're going into something alone, and you know, King of Wands Emperor is like, I don't like it. I don't like this plan, okay? Yeah, I know. Look at this. Death and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, King of Wands just worried. Okay, Empress was very worried about someone here. Love. Ace of Cups. About something happening to you. Death. All right. Nothing's going to happen. Yeah. Because of collective survival instincts, all right? Nothing's going to happen because God is going to show collective, or show the Queen of Swords, or whoever you are, where the lifeline is out, all right? God always has, and he always will, all right? So stop worrying. Someone needs to stop worrying so much. Justice, Four of Pentacles, the Page of Swords. The Devil. Yeah. Look, 77 again. Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords. Something is not what you think it is, or it's not going to go how you think it is, okay? It's not what you think it is here. Something about a group collaboration. Look, Spirit is protecting someone, okay? God is looking out for someone. Spirit is protecting someone. It's not going to go the way that you think it's going to go. This is giving me worst case scenario thinking, all right? So whoever the King of Wands is, stop with the pessimistic thinking, okay? Stop with the with the worst case scenario thinking of like imagining the worst possible things that could happen to someone. Please stop. It's not going to happen that way, all right? Look, I know that most people don't like getting their hopes up, okay? Having false hope, right? You'd rather be realistic about the situation, okay? It's like, I don't want to hope for the best and then the worst happens, right? I get that as well. But in this situation, the worst is not going to happen. Okay. The Ace of Wands, the Four of Pentacles. It has to do with possessions, all right? The action that's going to be taken here has to do with things that you can hold in your hand, possessions. What somebody has been holding on to, what somebody has been keeping, okay? Keeping in their possession, in their hands this whole time. That's what someone is going to take action on, all right? The Eight of Wands. Something's gonna go quickly. The Hanged Man. You're gonna have an epiphany, okay? You're gonna have a moment of enlightenment and epiphany about what is coming up in the future for someone here, how someone is gonna try and get away with something. All right, you're gonna get the download, okay? And whoever you are in the collective Queen of Swords energy, you've already gotten the download. You already know what's coming, okay? So don't worry about the cave. Just know that in the cave, there's a rope. All right? And whoever King of Wands is sitting in the boat, stop worrying so much. Okay? Everything's going to be okay. All right? And I think I'm going to leave it there. So I hope this helps. Okay? Bye.